Before Johnny Depp swaggered onto the silver screen in eyeliner and rum-fueled glory, there was a skeleton, locked in an eternal storm, gripping a ship's wheel as thunder rumbled around him. Long before a single line of the movie dialogue was written, Pirates of the Caribbean was already a legend. An eerie, enchanting ride tucked in the back of Disneyland. A slow-moving boat through the dark caverns, flickering torchlight and cursed gold. It was magic. It was mystery, and it was Walt Disney's final gift to the world. Welcome to the Traveling Joe. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell, because today we're voyaging into the origins of Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. Not just how it was built, but how it became a cultural juggernaut, changing the parks, the films, and the future of theme park entertainment. It all started with a museum. In the early 1960s, Walt Disney had a bold idea: an underground wax museum tucked beneath Disneyland's frontier. The subject, pirates, real ones. Not the singing kind. He envisioned it as a quiet walk-through experience filled with wax figures, dim lighting, and dusty old relics. But then something changed. Disney's Imagineers, his elite team of artists, architects, and engineers, were developing a new technology, audio animatronics. Figures that could move, talk, gesture, perform. Suddenly, still mannequins seemed lifeless. Why walk through a story when you could sail through? The museum was scrapped. The boats were born, and Pirates of the Caribbean took its first breath under the New Orleans Square. The ride opened at Disneyland in 1967. Walt had passed just 3 months earlier. He never saw it completed, but his fingerprints were everywhere. Guests stepped aboard unassuming boats, floating past flickering lanterns and creaking docks, and then into darkness, a drop, a plunge into a world half forgotten. The first scenes were silent, caverns lit with treasure, skulls clutching cutlasses, a skeleton captain still sipping rum in death. There was no dialogue, no song, just the slow realization: the dead remember. And they want you to remember too. Then came the noise, a cannonball splashing near your boat, explosions, a pirate ship bombarding a fortress, drunken sailors carousing in a village set ablaze, animatronics everywhere, over 120 of them in an original version, laughing, sword fighting, dancing. Parrots squawked, cats meowed, flames licked across rooftops, and weaving through all of it was a haunting, playful melody. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. The entire ride lasted nearly 15 minutes. Long by Disney standards, but no one wanted to end. Imagineer Mark Davis and Claude Coates worked in perfect contrast. Davis brought the humor in the characters. The auction scene, the pirates chasing women through the streets, the drunk with pigs. Coates handled the mood and tension. Those quiet caves, the shadows, the sense of something that wasn't just right. And beneath it all, there were tricks, some say that no other park has ever attempted. And the use of forced perspective to make caverns feel infinite. Water pumps designed to sync boat flows with show timing. And one of the greatest tricks of all, smellitizers, devices hidden in the walls that sprayed scents to match the scene. Burnt wood, sea salt, musty crypts. You didn't just see the ride, you felt it. And smelled it. And let's talk about the skeletons. Yes, at first, some of them were real. Medical-grade human skeletons from UCLA. Disney's fake ones just didn't look convincing enough in 1967. Over time, they were quietly replaced by replicas, but rumors persisted that a real skull or two remains. Most famously, one embedded in a headboard above a bed of treasure. The ride became an instant classic, so popular in fact that Magic Kingdom in Florida was forced to build a version after opening. Guests were furious. Where are all the pirates? They asked. Within 5 years, a Florida version was up and running, with some key differences: a shorter ride, a modified queue, a slightly different tone. And the legacy had spread. Paris flipped the story structure. Tokyo added new lighting and effects. But most ambitious was the Shanghai Disneyland that opened in 2016. Instead of animatronic dioramas, it was a full-blown cinematic experience. Giant projection domes, underwater illusion sequences, boats that spin and pivot mid-ride. The technology was breathtaking. The storyline, brand new. But let's fast forward to 2003. At this point, the ride was decades old. Beloved, yes, but fading into nostalgia. That's when Disney made a risky move, turning it into a feature-length film. Critics were skeptical at first. A ride as a movie, a Haunted Mansion movie had flopped, expectations were low. Then came Johnny Depp. Depp's portrayal as Captain Jack Sparrow was unexpected, offbeat, and instantly iconic. He wasn't just a pirate, he was a trickster, a drifter, a ghost with eyeliner. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl exploded at the box office, pulling in $650 million globally. It redefined the pirate genre, launched a 5-film saga, and gave the ride something no other than Disney attraction had, a cinematic universe. And that changed everything. Disney went back to the ride and began updating it. Suddenly, guests found Jack Sparrow inside the scenes, hiding in barrels, popping up behind mannequins, chasing treasure. Davy Jones appeared in misty projections. Dialogue was rewritten. Scenes were relit. It wasn't just a nostalgic voyage anymore. It was IP, intellectual property. And that signaled a shift in the entire Disney theme park strategy. Of course, not everyone loved the changes. Longtime fans missed the original auction scene. We want the redhead, others criticized. The blending of ride movie as a loss of purity. Still, the franchise endured. The music found new life. The characters Jack, Barbossa, Elizabeth, and Will entered the theme park. The ride became a ride through a story that became a story from a ride. That's rare, and it's also powerful. But what makes Pirates truly unforgettable isn't the movie or the tech behind the movie. It's the feeling. The hush of the grotto. The sudden splash of water, the flickering shadows, the sense that you're floating through a dream or maybe a nightmare, with laughter echoing in the distance and gold glinting just out of reach. It's the timeless fantasy of rebellion and freedom, of sailing into the unknown, of living on your own terms with rum in hand and cannonballs overhead. No matter how many times you ride it, there's always just one more moment. The skeleton, Captain, frozen in the storm, steering toward the cursed horizon, and that's where the magic lives. Thanks for sailing with the Traveling Joe. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Disney's most legendary ride, be sure to like the video, subscribe for more travel and theme park lore, and ring the bell so you never miss the next voyage. And remember, next time you float through those caverns, listen closely, because in the Pirates of the Caribbean, the dead just don't tell tales, they live them.